Did you know that in 1610, soldiers found a Hungarian countess bathing in a tub filled with human blood? Elizabeth Bathory was one of the most powerful nobles in Hungary, obsessed with staying young and beautiful forever. But when guards stormed her castle that winter night, they discovered something horrifying. She was sitting naked in a wooden tub, the water dark red with fresh blood from murdered servant girls. The castle walls were covered in dried blood, and tortured bodies lay scattered across the floors. Bathory had spent years perfecting her twisted methods, using heated iron rods to burn flesh and forcing girls to stand naked in freezing courtyards until they died. She would bite chunks of skin from their faces and necks, believing their virgin blood would keep her young. Her servants kept detailed records of every murder, over 650 innocent girls killed for her obsession. The final victim was still alive when they found her, hanging upside down as her blood drained into the Countess's bath. Elizabeth Bathory became history's most deadly female serial killer, all for eternal beauty. What if the Mayan long count calendar ending on December 21st, 2012 actually triggered a global reset as the ancient Maya intended? At exactly 11:11 GMT, every piece of modern technology simultaneously failed worldwide. Electrical grids collapsed instantly, satellites fell from orbit like burning stars, digital infrastructure vanished in seconds, governments crumbled without communication systems, supply chains broke down globally overnight, urban populations found themselves helpless without modern conveniences, while indigenous communities suddenly held all the survival advantages. Ancient knowledge about farming, hunting, and natural medicine became more valuable than computer science degrees. Religious movements emerged worldwide, with millions converting to pre-Columbian beliefs, seeing the Maya prophecy fulfilled. Within months, humanity was forced back to medieval technology levels. The irony was striking. Indigenous peoples, who had been marginalized for centuries, now possessed the skills needed for survival. Modern civilization's greatest achievement became its downfall, while ancient wisdom proved eternal. Did you know that a Byzantine emperor once launched rotting plague corpses from catapults to win wars? In 542 AD, Emperor Justinian faced a terrifying problem. The deadly plague was killing thousands in Constantinople daily, but instead of retreating, he saw an opportunity for biological warfare. He ordered his engineers to build massive catapults designed specifically for launching infected corpses into enemy cities. Teams collected bodies of plague victims from the streets, storing them in special siege equipment. During the siege of Naples, hundreds of rotting corpses were hurled over the city walls. The defenders watched in horror as diseased bodies crashed into their streets and homes. Within weeks, the plague spread through the population faster than any natural outbreak. The city surrendered rather than face complete annihilation. Entire enemy armies fled when they saw Byzantine war machines loaded with plague victims. Justinian's biological warfare spread the disease across multiple continents simultaneously. His tactics accelerated the collapse of classical civilization itself. The Christian emperor had become history's first biological warfare pioneer. Did you know archaeologists discovered that ancient Persian warriors were actually primitive cyborgs? In 2019, researchers analyzing remains from Thermopylae made a shocking discovery. Persian immortal warriors had bronze implants surgically embedded in their bodies and traces of mysterious chemical treatments. Recent forensic analysis revealed they underwent ritual procedures where priests replaced major organs with specially treated animal parts. Bronze reinforcements were fused directly into their bones and vital systems. Medical texts found at Persepolis describe this divine transformation process in detail. Warriors received supernatural endurance and complete immunity to pain through early surgical techniques. Drug cocktails prevented fatal blood loss and kept them conscious even during mortal wounds. For centuries, Greek historians dismissed these accounts as pure mythology, but modern science proved the Persians had developed actual bioengineering technology. These super soldiers seemed nearly impossible to kill in battle. Now we finally understand how just 300 Spartans managed to hold off thousands of these enhanced Persian warriors. Ancient warfare was far stranger than we ever imagined. What if Xerxes had crushed all Greek resistance in 480 BC and conquered Europe? The Persian Empire would have spread fire worship across the continent instead of Christianity. No Socrates would emerge to question authority, no Plato to explore justice, no Aristotle to develop logic. Without Greek influence, Rome would become just another Persian province, never developing its own legal system. The concept of individual rights would never exist, replaced by divine kingship and absolute rule. Science would stagnate without Greek logical frameworks, leaving Persian mysticism as the only truth. No Renaissance could happen without Greek philosophical foundations to rediscover. discover. The Enlightenment would be impossible, since there would be no classical text promoting reason over superstition. Democracy would never develop beyond Athens, leaving the world under permanent autocracy. Instead of Western rational thought, Eastern mysticism would dominate human civilization. Universities would become temples, scientists would be priests, and questioning authority would be heresy. One Persian victory would have created a world ruled by divine kings instead of elected leaders. Logic replaced by mysticism forever.